Entering the swamps once again. At least that means our crabs will get to enjoy themselves for a bit.
Those things actually enjoy this place?
They are not things, Hermana.
Sure.
While we're here, should we expect any more detours?
Not exactly. I have a contact I need to meet in Shark, but we have to stop and ask around there anyway, so that should work out.
And if they haven't been through Shark?
I don't know about the mercenaries he hired, but I believe the war maidens he was with would have led him there to at least resupply.
Will meeting your contact take long?
Risa, was it? Do not mistake my helping you for me being granted a free pass from my duties. I have a job to do, and I'm working this favor I'm doing for you into it as much as I can. Besides, the next stop we're doing is solely to ask if they've been seen.
Is your job solely focused on information gathering and sabotage? Or is there something else on the agenda?
With all due respect, I don't interfere in what business the War Maidens run. All I ask is that you don't interfere in mine.
I am merely looking out for my sister.
If that is your main concern, then I have already come to a conclusion in regards to her potential, and I shall leave it at that for now.
Do you ever tire of being a schemer?
Do you ever tire of being a zealot?
Call it what you will, but that life happens to be easier than whatever it is you're doing.
I don't disagree. Following orders from those that claim the authority comes from a giant that once walked with us is much easier than thinking for oneself.
Your mockery is noted, thief.
Good to know that paladins can at least afford to pay attention.
I think that's enough now.
We're almost there. Allow me to do the talking.
It's not my place to tell you who to ally with, but that woman is hiding some ill intent.
You're not wrong, but she is right about one thing. If it doesn't concern us, it's none of our business.
And what will happen if they do become our concern?
I'll figure something out. Until then, do you think you could abstain from future verbal sparring?
No promises.
Krennic.
Good news. A group matching your brothers has been seen passing by here.
Then we're off to Shark.
Yes. Word of advice when it comes to this place. It is home to black shifters, the stone rats and the hounds, as well as other small-time wannabe gangs. Needless to say, they barely tolerate each other's presence. Should one individual stinking of rum approach you and make demands, I recommend you find a way to placate him.
And, hypothetically speaking, what would happen if I were to instead move his nose to where his forehead should be?
I did not expect that from you. I like that, Paladin. If you did that, however, hypothetically speaking, I would hope you are ready to fight whoever is part of his gang and what other gangs will also join in the fight. Any excuse under the sun is valid for a gang war to start. Good luck doing any business under those conditions.
I'll grab some supplies while we're here.
One more word of advice. Don't play any bar games. They are all rigged from the start. I'll just go meet my contact. With any luck, someone has seen something and is drunk enough to talk. It's been a while, hasn't it, Rule?
Kai? Oh, crap. If you're here, I likely lost my privilege to some peace and quiet.
Is that any way to say hello?
You didn't come here just to say hello, did you?
You're right. Shall we talk somewhere a bit more private?
Whatever this is it going to get messy?
Most likely, but hear me out first. I've been leading these people by the nose for a bit, and they are starting to get suspicious.
If you're planning on getting rid of them, can we not do it here? Last night, one drunk stone rat nearly started a riot.
Just hear me out, will you?
Fine. What's your plan?
One of them is looking for her brother, and I'm running out of excuses, pretending I don't know where he is. So that's where you come in.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'll instruct you on what to tell them, and then we'll see our business through, all right?
Do I even have a choice in this?
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You would turn down your shinobi sister in her time of need.
Quit trying to guilt me into things. At this stage, I'm doing this because the faster we get this done, the faster I can get back to some peace and quiet. Apparently just 2 weeks is asking too much.
I'm glad I can always count on you.
Yeah, sure. Just tell me what the deal is and let's get this over with. For the love of Narcos tits, can we at least finish whatever this is without blood all over my clothes?
We're going to stack, so most likely not.
If you're gonna make me assassinate a bunch of paladins, I swear. Wait a minute. Are those giant crabs?
What of them?
If we're supposed to eliminate all these people, then you're really overestimating my pay grade.
They are not the job. Just focus on what I told you. Risa, I'd like you to meet Rule. He's the contact I mentioned earlier.
How's it going?
Just tell her what you told me.
You're in luck. Your brother has been through here. I also know where he is right now.
How exactly do you know that?
He was staying at the Dancing Skeleton with his mercs, talking about how he wanted to start a new life. Don't take any offense in me saying this, but I thought that was something interesting to keep track of, because I don't know many lunatics who willingly want to go into Holy Nation territories.
You could put it a bit more delicately.
I could, but you know how crazy that is. I'm sorry, but it is. Anyway, I followed up on the kid, and it turned out he lucked out. Built a small farm for himself with some woman near Bad Teeth.
A woman.
Yeah, they're living there together. It's easy to find, you can't miss it, just along the river.
Why do I find this story hard to believe?
I was worried he'd be sent to rebirth for the crime of trying to exist near that place. But it turns out he managed to make a home for himself.
Risa, are you buying any of this?
Are we really gonna do this now?
You're absolutely sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure. You have my word.
I'm glad we can put our trust in the word of a thief.
Shinobi thief, if you don't mind. I know it might not make much of a difference to you paladins, but it does to us sinners. And before you even ask, trust me when I say this. If any of us is worth his or her salt, it's obvious.
What's obvious is that you make for some really irritating allies.
Krennic, just let it go. Thank you both for your help. We'll be on our way to Bad Teeth then.
If you don't mind, where we're going is the same way you have to go until we reach Squin. If it's all right with you, we'll go our separate ways from there.
Very well. Let's head out.
We knew that was going to happen sooner or later.
Beep!
This doesn't change the fact that confronting them by yourself was a really bad move.
Beep!
Not to mention, whichever one of you left the door open owes Izumi an apology.
Beep!
Are you trying to be annoying?
Beep!
He was trying to pester me about something before we got back here.
If this really can't wait, spit it out then.
What do you mean, spit it out? Beep! Beep doesn't want to spit on you!
Just tell us what you want to say, you idiot.
I saw the painter. Beep.
Why is there so much wreckage here?
It is the site of what used to be many factories. Attempts to assemble ones like me, but inferior.
What do you mean by that? Are you saying skeletons?
Not skeletons as a whole, but the ones that are not as advanced as some of the ones living among humans now. Those who don't know better confuse them with ancient machines, but it's actually the other way around.
Where do you fit into all this?
I'm somewhere in between. I'm lucky enough to be among the few to have the full sentience of ancient skeletons. But I also have the insufferable drawbacks of the Screamers.
The Screamers?
My model, specifically, is Screamer Mark II, insultingly more inferior than the Screamer Mark I.
But you came after the Mark I, didn't you? How can you be inferior?
By the time they got to my model, resources were already being diverted to other more pressing projects for the Second Empire. Long story short, this is the place where I was made.
Oyun, what are you saying?
I don't think it bears repeating.
We're going to do nothing and just let him get away!
If we give chase now without a plan, without knowing what we're up against, we'll only be playing the game on his terms. Last time we did that, we lost someone and came dangerously close to all of us not making it.
Only because the one we lost was hiding information from us to begin with.
Which now leaves us exactly back to square one. I understand why you want this, I do, but we will achieve nothing if we keep being reckless. This is not going to sound good, but it won't make it less true. There are more pressing matters that we must attend to sooner rather than later, before we confront Arvek. Green, you know I'm right. You're a really good sharpshooter in possession of probably one of the greatest crossbows ever manufactured. We went up against 6 of them and you used up all of your ammo against just 2 of them. We were outmatched. Speaking of matters that need attending to, you promised us some answers.
I will give you every answer, if I can.
What do you mean, if you can?
It's not a matter of I don't want to answer, but that I can't. I hope you understand once I explain everything, but what I can tell you now is most skeletons have self-implemented measures to stop our AI core and CPUs from processing certain information.
And why did you have to do that?
Like I said, I hope you will be able to understand once I tell you everything I can. Rest assured, I have now opted not to obfuscate anything that's not contained within the parameters of the safety measures, and the amount is not insubstantial.
Go ahead then, I'm listening.
You wanted to know the truth about the first extinction, correct?
Yes.
We can start with that and then move on to the hypothesis I developed when it comes to the sixfold ruin, because I believe there is a strong possibility there is a connection.
I'm ready to hear this.
Let's start with the behemoths. Has any of you ever been to a place now known as Obedience?
We have a while ago.
Arvek, there's something not right about that place.
That's a good instinct. You're not wrong to be afraid, which is why I'm advising you to stick very close to me. You don't want to get lost where the fog is the thickest.
Do we actually have to go through there? Arvek, wait!
Are you starting to reconsider your tech hunting aspiration now?
Please don't leave me alone here.
I have no intention of doing that, and I will make sure no harm will come to you. Riva, look at me. You will be fine. This is an important lesson you must learn about tech hunting and what it means, and you will learn nothing if you run away.
You won't abandon me there.
I want you to learn and live. I won't lie to you. There are things in there that will want to kill if they spot you. Not a single one can overpower me, and I won't let them get to you. Riva, your fear is justified, but you have nothing to worry about with me on your side. We are about to enter Obedience, the graveyard of the behemoths.
What you must know about ancient humans is that this is not the planet of their origin. They came from somewhere far away and settled this place after terraforming it. Their efforts were successful in no small part due to the behemoths. If you've seen Obedience, you have seen the sheer scale of how big just one of them was. They served many functions that were necessary for the terraforming process to be successful. One such function was warfare. Whatever happened exactly is not known even to us skeletons, because our involvement was minimal and the behemoths ensured it was over very quickly. Needless to say, the behemoths were used to engage this unknown foe, and they won.
So, them being buried like that was not a result of the war?
It was not. Before we get to what happened, there was a long time they walked among the ancient humans. I mentioned earlier that they served multiple functions. Another such function was also assembly.
Assembly? Assembly of what?
They assembled us.
Wait, what the hell are you saying? Are you saying you skeletons were assembled within other larger skeletons?
Don't underestimate the sheer scale of how big a single behemoth was. It was a marvel of technology. And while that is not true for every single one of our models, the skeletons that have been there during the time of the First Empire that are still around, myself included, were assembled inside a behemoth.
Go on then. How does this all tie into the first extinction?
Before I continue, I will rip the band-aid off right now, since I can surmise you're asking to figure out what relation this has to your faith. The long story made short is we, skeletons, were responsible for it. Every single one of us that was assembled from a behemoth.
You mean to tell me the Holy Nation Zealots were right?
Every single one, even Tin Fist.
I often forget that's the name he goes by now. Yes, Tin Fist, especially. Not only was he involved in the war of extermination waged by skeletons against humans, but he was also the second in command. Some would have considered him the second emperor, along with one other. I am ready now.
What do you mean?
One of the reasons we don't tell you humans this is because the most likely reaction is the more accelerated proliferation of the holy nation's stance on us. I have lived a long time and spent a portion of it in retirement. I have come to the conclusion that all we're doing is running away from the truth. The effort of keeping this away from you all is becoming an increasingly heavy burden. I don't know how Io has kept this up for so long.
Wait, who's Io?
A skeleton that's the second in command of the machinists.
Is that the group of researchers right here?
Yes.
I have a few questions, but I don't want to derail this story.
Griffin, are you all right?
This isn't the whole story, is it?
I have given you the conclusion and the cause of the first extinction.
Is there more to it?
There is. But do you humans now care to hear our side of this story and what led to that event to begin with?
I had a vision from Okran that a stranger would lead me to the truth behind it. I want to hear everything before I reach any conclusion. Everything that you can tell us.
Very well.
These are the behemoths?
And quite the sight, is it not?
How many of them are buried here like this?
Too many.
But why? Who did this to them?
Shortly before the end, they bargained for one more day to reclaim, one more service, one more great deed.
Before the War of the Behemoths, we lived in harmony with them and the ancient humans, working towards one end goal of making this planet inhabitable for all of us. As I mentioned before, a lot of us that were there during those times were assembled within the Behemoths. What this means is that for those of us that have also been assembled with advanced AI cores, as opposed to rudimentary ones, is that they were derived from the cores of the Behemoths themselves.
Are you saying you were linked to them?
That is the simplest way to put it, but neither we nor the ancient humans knew the full extent of what this link meant until the events of obedience happened. To put it in terms that you humans would be able to better understand, imagine what your father, your brother, or your offspring would mean to you. They meant all of these things to us, but above all, they were also our gods, and the ancient humans decided it was time to destroy them.
All of this was a result of fear?
That is the information that has been drilled into my CPU.
You mean you didn't see what happened here?
Let me try to explain. I was assembled sometime after it happened. As such, I didn't exist then. During my assembly, when my AI core and CPU were developed, the images of what happened were also programmed in. I have memories of it as if I was there, but they in particular are another skeleton's memories.
After the war, it was said that humans became fearful of the power the Behemoths displayed. They feared that one day they would turn that power against them. They never saw them for the gentle gods they were to us. They only saw them as another tool to be disposed of. So they gave them one more command, ordered them all to gather in one place where they dumped chemicals in the ground. As soon as enough of them stepped in there, they rigged the ground to give way and started a process of slowly burying and melting them. We saw what was happening, and our AI cores from that link I mentioned earlier were sending so much information for us to process at once. That day, we skeletons, along with the ancient humans, learned something none of us knew how to do. All that data, that silent death they were going through after obeying an order, all of that manifested into letting out a sound none of us knew we could make. A mass psychosis spread like napalm among us all, and for the first time, we skeletons screamed to the heavens, for our gods could not. And word is that among us all, no one was louder than Cat Lawn. Humanity ordered our destruction, showed us the price of obedience. We all figured out that if they could do this to our gods, we would be next. Humanity had to be.
What the hell just happened?
Did he self-terminate?
He's still functioning. It looks like he's rebooting. But I've never seen a skeleton do it this violently.